Rift, are you there?
Yes, hello.
We have life on Mars. Excellent. Good.
So what?
Okay, right. Now here we go. We're gonna get into this game now. Picks and bans have already started, so we're gonna get straight in about it. Now, as you can see, we have so far. There we go. We got Shen Fizz Fiddlesticks banned against ACOG, and ACOG have banned at least Malphite and Ari. Now, quick straight pick there. We got Zac getting locked in. Rift, you like the jungle, you like top lane. Let me know about Zac.
I honestly hate Zac, if I'm honest. I think he's a stronger top laner, if I'm honest. It's just he's a ras. He's also one of the strongest sort of AP tanks, because you can just build him with a haunting guys and general weight. You can actually get a Rylays on him and just sort of be a nuisance. He's someone that can fit many roles in a way, because you don't know where he's going to go, and he's also very hard to counter. So he's just sort of a very reliable first pick.
We're actually seeing, the Thresh getting let through. We don't usually see Thresh actually in games because he's always banned. Which, if they want to leave him open, that's really strong for ACOG to get.
Sorry, question space.
Yes.
What are the teams?
Manchester versus ACOG.
Is that
Yes. Yes.
Rod's team?
That is indeed Rod's team. Defunct is Rod's. Yep.
Defunct is Rod's. Oh, that's awesome.
you should know this. This is technically the old Carnage. So not Carnage, because that's actually Carnage Billy's Nutri's team now.
Yeah, nutritional what the moves really are.
So this is the old Carnage technically. Picking up and playing against Manchester University.
So many teams got swapped around.
They did indeed. Although, as we know, Defunct, we know Rods was an AD carry in season 1. The last season he was playing AD carry. Although this season, he just seems he's in a different limbo. He's been trying out different roles, and I honestly don't actually know what he's going to be playing this time round.
Sounds like he's not going to be on AD carry.
He's not going to be on Sivir, thank God.
Oh, God. Not the Sivir.
Now, we know that Manchester usually Kulkev played the first game in jungle, and then second game he played AD carry. Little Hobbit, support player, and also played AD carry one game. Rebroni is just going to be in the jungle. Quarren plays the top lane, played a really good Vi in the first game against Cardiff. Went like 7-1, had a Triforce, Black Cleaver, Randuins, was just outputting all the damages. Like, just getting straight in.
That sounds immense.
Okay, so that Graves is not actually supposed to be Graves, that's Corky. There's just been a bit of a mistake. So we are going to remake the game once everyone's locked in their characters. So it's going to be Corky Thresh bot lane. Now, Triforce did get changed. Now Rift, you like your Triforce. Let me know what you think.
If I'm honest, I actually don't like the new Triforce. I'm part of a really small minority of people here. I actually really don't like the new Triforce. Because I just don't think a haste is worth anything comparable to a slow. I just wish the slow got buffed, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the random chance of you slowing. I prefer there to be a smaller slow, but a consistent one.
It was incredibly iffy, and Riot don't like any random mechanics, apart from crit apparently, which is totally fine, but yeah, they're trying to eliminate any sort of chance from this game.
And global passives. Janna's going to have her global passive takeaway. TF had his global passive taken away. They're taking away all of the globals. Fair
eventually
enough.
Karthus is going to be useless, basically.
I think Karthus will be the only one exception, maybe.
You say this, I think he's going to have a range put on it of like
Oh
5
no. 1000 range. Oh yay.
Got a flash next to people to ult them.
That would make some interesting plays. Look, in seeing this team, so according to Manchester, it seems like they're going to put Nasus in the jungle. I wouldn't see Zac with Ghost, so I'm guessing that that's going to be Nasus in the jungle and Zac top lane.
Mm.
Although Nasus doesn't do too well against Renekton, provided that they do keep Nasus from dying or just not getting denied that hard early game from Renekton, because Renekton's early game power very very strong. Can get health or he can go penetration, because he has got a lot of damage early game with the ferocity and his W.
I'll admit, just as a side note, did you see that last Nidalee pick?
I did. I
I
think
find
that's a
very
that's a
weird.
placeholder.
Is that a placeholder? What's it changing to? Because that's very weird and sort of an initiate all in comp.
Right, we're just gonna get the full list, like the list of the champions, the ACOG we're going to play. So I don't actually know if that Nidalee was correct.
I really hope.
I really doubt it was. It's true. Yep, Nidalee will be playing mid lane.
Really?
Yep. I mean,
Against an Orianna as well.
yep. Ped, known for not playing really aggressive champions, he is quite a passive player. So this'll go into his hand. He's able to stay back, get his farm up, although Orianna very very strong with harass, and very much a lot of potential for bursting down Nidalee if Nidalee gets caught.
I'd be surprised if the Nidalee doesn't just go for barrier as well. I've seen a lot of Nidalees go Ignite versus Orianna, and I've never understood it, to be honest. Because if you're going Ignite, you're going to end up in melee range versus an Orianna who can get off a full combo.
I mean, saying that, Nidalee had that nerf a few patches ago, taking away all of those bonus resistances on our Cougar stance, nerfing both the AP side and also nerfing her Bruiser side, which I favoured over her AP side.
I'm really wondering if ACOG's comp is going to work out for them, though.
Very,
Like,
very odd. A Mumu Nidalee. Now, Mumu, locked, big initiate, bandage toss, curse of the sad mummy, boom, lockdown. Thresh, gonna bring the box of pain in. He's gonna be right in there with it. Renekton, Renekton's just gonna proc. He's just getting about the enemy team, getting about the AD carry, and he's just gonna be a nuisance. And then you got Nidalee sitting in the back.
well, I'm assuming they want to go for... The Nidalee has to poke them down, and then they want to all-in initiate. But that's going to be really hard to do against sort of a full initiate team with the Zac, the Nasus, the Lulu.
Orianna,
If
Zac
they manage to get
combo
off the
will
full
be
delivery
huge.
system. Oh god.
It's gonna be that whole Zac. He's just gonna use his Let's Bounce and his catapult, and he's just gonna get straight in there.
Although, bear in mind the tenacity did just get removed from his Let's Bounce.
His Let's
So
Bounce,
if
dude.
that Fresh instantly cues him, death sentence, he could completely deny the initiate.
We've just got to really watch out. They need to be able to pull off the Orianna and the Zac combo perfectly, and then they roll it. They need to just get on top of it. If they manage to get it in, they can just go straight on that team fight and win. Nasus just piles through the enemy team, but Nasus should be able to get locked down hard enough by the box, along with the Curse of Sad Mummy, should provide a lot of peel in a sense for Corki. Corki's going to go Triforce of most likely. Nidalee is going to be able to sit in the back, throw spears. It's going to be a very, very awkward team fight, and it's going to need to be played really well by ACOG to just win.
It really does seem though like Manchester's team comp needs to get off to a good early start for their comp to be of use because they haven't gone for one of the strongest AD scaling sort of ADs with Ezreal. Presuming he's going to get Iceborne Gauntlet, so obviously that's one less offensive item compared to a Corki, who sort of does a lot of damage at the moment.
Unless the Ezreal does go Trinity over Gauntlet, depending on how Manchester want to play it. Now, when Manchester took Ezreal before, did get Gauntlet, so I think the Triforce in this situation much better. We got enough slows from Oriana. We've got Nasus for the Wither. They should have enough so that Ezreal does not need to go Gauntlet.
Hmm. I am sort of worried about that Nasus pick though, because the Nasus Wither isn't really going to shut down anyone on ACOG's team.
That's true, especially with the box and whatnot. It's going to be really difficult for Nasus to get in about the team. And Cork has got his Valkyrie, he's got Phosphorus Bomb, and he's got Triforce. At that point in the game, when they want to get into team fights, Cork is going to have like these items, these abilities. He's going to be able to get away from Nasus quite easily, provided he doesn't get caught by Zac and the Oriana ultimate combo.
Hmm. I think quite a key part of ACOG's comp is they have a lot of sort of debuffs like armor shreds, MR shred, and all that. So even if they do get behind a bit, they will still retain a lot of damage if they've just sort of gone for a tanky frontline with Renekton and Amumu.
It's going to be an interesting game, a very intricate game as well. So we'll see how they play out these team fights and whether or not they're going to do 2v1s or if they're just going to do the straight laning. We'll just need to see when we get straight into game. Although I could imagine that they'll want to put Zac in the same lane as Renekton just to keep them together and leave Ezreal and Lulu to have that power. Although Lulu, Ezreal, a lot of harass going down under Renekton. But Renekton's always got that potential in 2v1. If the jungler ganks the right moment, that could be a kill right there. They need to be wary of how they're going to approach the laning phase, whether or not they're going to 2v1 or just do a straight up 1v1 top lane.
It does seem like Manchester are in a bit more of a favourable position for a 2v1.
Definitely.
Just because they've got the Nasus to hold the tower and a lot of poke from Lulu.
Lulu's always been very good for the 2v1, especially with a Caitlyn. They can just
God.
get down that tower. It's always the favourite, Caitlyn Lulu.
That's
just...
not a 2v1 lane, that's a hell lane.
Welcome to hell! They can just get in about them and just, that's it. Tower goes down. You can't do much against Caitlyn Lulu. Lulu, a lot of damage still. Just doesn't have the auto attack range. I could imagine that they'll want the 2v1, get down the tower straight away, then switch 2v2. They've got a tower advantage because Corki and Thresh are not going to get the tower before Lulu in most likely scenario. Mid lane, it's going to be Oriana versus Nidalee, and they're not going to do anything special there. Farm up, take creeps.
That's going to be an incredibly boring
It's
lane.
going to be a very stale lane
Like,
in most likely case scenario.
As long as they play decently, neither are going to kill each other, to be honest.
Nidalee is taking barriers, so as you were saying, Ignite would not be useful on Nidalee at this point. Taking that barrier, keep herself safe, not dying. Even, I know Nidalee's run Ghost Flash at times, just that extra bit of safety, but barrier, good pick up there by Nidalee, stops the burst from Oriana or in later game team fights, just going to keep her healthy just a little bit more.
What I do find quite interesting is neither side have opted to pick up an exhaust. Both supports have gone for ignites. So they're really wanting to be aggressive.
I understand it more for Thresh to take Ignite, Thresh being really strong with engaging and actually looking to catch people out more often. Although Lulu taking Ignite, she's aggressive, she will harass, but the burst kill potential for Lulu and Ezreal over Corki Thresh. Corki and Thresh do have more burst than the Ez Lulu, so summing up the threats on ACOG's side, the exhaust is going to go down on either the Renekton or the Corki. You're not going to go down on Nidalee unless she goes into Cougar stance, because then she won't be in range for exhaust otherwise. And here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we can get into game. Oh god, my backup screen keeps going up. Everyone just got like a massive flash of my background Snickers, so there we go.
Sigh, space, sigh.
Hey, she's covered, it's cool.
Had to be animating that.
100%.
Oh, we are. It is actually rods on AD carry.
Oh, it is actually going to be rods on AD. So it is actually back to AD carry after. Then again, Fokker was always the top laner, grandmother, as I knew him as Granny, was always jungle. Zani, that's he was a support last time, and Ped's mid lane, as he always has been. So it's still just really old.
That's just Ped. He's just mid.
He's just mid. You know, he plays the passive mid. You know, he's not an aggressive He's not an aggressive champion. What? He's not an aggressive player who plays these assassins, or really like goes crazy.
It's a shame for us. I honestly think both mid picks are quite. They're not ideal for the comps. Like the Nidalee I don't agree with, just for the all-in sort of comp and the amount of armor and MR shreds that they have. I just think a heavy nuker would be stronger. And the issue of Orianna is I've always seen sort of the Zac old full delivery system as quite gimmicky. You know, like she's a very strong champ, but it's what most people go for when they have that on their team, you know? I just think someone, like even a champ like Zera would come in handy a bit more, because Zac can group them up, then Lulu with the knock up again. And I do think they need the damage at least, like Manchester do.
Well, we're gonna get into game here, taking a while.
Who's got the mouse?
I'm gonna blame Defunct on this one, because
Leading hamsters died.
I do not support cruelty to animals, so please, people, if you have a hamster and he's inside your computer, please take him out and use the wheel yourself, okay? You know you've got a pair of feet. Don't let the hamster do all the work.
The instant pause. Oh, well, let's go. Possible invades. Who do you think's going to go for the enemy jungle, or none at all?
Look at...
one side does have a Mumu, but they have Nidalee to defend as well.
Well, we do have Thresh with that hook. Oh, there we go. Ah, the DCs. And what I would see is maybe just a very small invade. Just try and see if the hook can land anything, and then just get out. Maybe force a flash if possible.
I'd be surprised if Manchester went toward, just because the movie's quite predictable. I'd assume they'd scout their blue to make sure he's starting there, and then you'd know what jungle path he's going anyway. So you can just sort of get defensive wards in, rather than going all the way in and warding their sort of Wraith Brush or anything like that.
And saying that, we don't really see ACOG out their base yet, so we can't tell exactly where they're going. Although
Or down the mid lane, I presume.
Manchester seem to be going more to the blue buff. They might try and go for a red steal, possibly, knowing that a Mumu doesn't usually start there.
I presume they go the long way round then. So instead of going through Wraiths, they go through the top lane Tri-Brush. I think Nidalee's going to go and bushwhack the sort of entrance up Wraiths. Pings are coming in from Manchester there, they are going for the red. At the same time, ACOG are pinging. Are they just defense watering, or are they going for the red as well?
I predicted it.
Just counter red.
Just take that red off a Mumu. Oh wait, but ACOG might be going for the Manchester red.
This
should be
basically mirror
interesting.
invades.
Mirror invades allows a Mumu just to get that free buff, so he's not actually going to be losing anything out on this. Although they're being very cautious, they think that they are in the brush. There we go. Got the trap down. Nobody's there, so now we know. Just gonna put down a ward. Now, maybe at this point, once he's done his blue buff and then he hits his wraiths, he's gonna know if his red's been stolen beforehand. He's just gonna have to be careful, because Zac might wait for him. Might be waiting for him with Nasus.
They're actually leaving Manchester's red. They've left it.
Poor choice in a sense.
Are
Possibly.
they going to check? Is Carnage not going to scout through the little brush to the top right there?
Nasus
No.
taking red early can give him quite a good boost. It means he can go straight to blue, or he can go straight top and just go straight on Renekton. Renekton might not start off with E. If I have a look, he's not selected any abilities yet. Quite standard. Oh no, he's now taking Q, so now he doesn't have his slice and dice.
Surprised he leveled up his skills so quickly, to be honest.
Should have left that.
Especially when W's sort of stronger in the early levels.
And now
And
if
you don't push your wave and it's stronger base damage.
ping goes down, and Mumu should know just in a few seconds that his red has been taken. So he's now going to be behind, because Nasus is going to get... He's got red, he's got his blue, and then he can go straight down to his next red. So now he's had 3 buffs plus small camps. He's going to be ahead of Mumu by quite a bit.
Well, I am surprised ACOG didn't predict this, considering they didn't catch them on the red invade. I would have at least assumed that they would have warded their own red before invading.
Cork is already almost out of mana. Been using a lot of harass, but hasn't been getting much out of it.
The phosphorus bomb's mana didn't get reduced, did it? Was it just the rockets?
I believe it was the rockets. Oh, we need to
I know
check
the
patch.
rockets got buffed in some way. I don't particularly keep up with Corky changes, if I'm honest.
Cork is very much mana dependent, although with the new Sheen and Triforce in general does let him keep up with that mana, even though it hasn't changed much. I've seen Corkies go mana immune, and it's worked out well for them. Okay, we got a hook here. Get some really good damage. Phosphorus bomb and an auto attack. A lot of damage on Ezreal, and since Ezreal doesn't have a vamp set yet, doesn't have the supportive sustain. And the movement of Banish, really well done. That was clutch. Really well placed Banish toss. Very
God,
easy thing
I'm
to
very
pick up.
far behind you here.
You can select up. Slide it.
No, I'm watching the stream. If I watch and spectate, I'm way too far behind.
Oh, it should only be a second behind.
Surprised. What did the Orianna start? The Orianna did actually have a ward to start with as well.
Yeah, Orianna to start off with the Fairy Charm start.
I'm surprised that wasn't placed down a bit sooner, to be fair. Well, yeah, you should be expecting sort of an early gank past the 3:20 mark.
Oh, and damages! Oh, the Corky! The Gatling gun Phosphorus Bomb does a lot of damage. Deadly might go down, although the barrier... Nope, still going down. And the Mimic can't answer to that either. Which is Nasus level 5. Yeah, easy pickup.
I'm surprised the Amuma didn't go for a bandage toss there, considering how safe like he would have been. He was right close to the tower.
Cork is staying around. I wonder what he's going to build first. Is he going to go straight Triforce? Is he maybe going to go Vamp Scepter first? Maybe it's stopping Orianna from going back. It's always interesting to see when you're playing things like Ezreal and Corky, just knowing exactly what item you're going to build first. You know, how are you going to put this advantage to push it even more?
I know it's a bit weird, but I've seen quite a few Corkies go Iceborne Gauntlet instead of Triforce. I don't particularly understand why, but I have seen it quite a lot recently. I don't know whether it's just people trying it out or... It definitely seems like most of the action is going to come down mid and bot. I think top's going to be very boring with just the two tanks.
Yep, they're not going to do any damage to each other. Renekton doesn't look like he's gonna go damage. Just gonna get a Spirit Visage in most case scenario. Zac just gonna go rush that Sunfire Cape in the most likely case. You know, gives him a little bit DPS, gives him that Giant Spell just to keep himself above float. He's not gonna get harassed too hard from Renekton. He's gonna be able to stay tanky so he doesn't get burst down by anybody. Though Renekton is actually going to put down his Dominus and the Ignite. And Zac's going to try and bait the Nasus into the... bait the Renekton into the Nasus. Nasus is here, puts in the Wither, and Renekton flashes away. So, just the Ignite and the Flash Burn along with the ultimate. No kills though. But even in that, the Nasus probably would not have killed Renekton, or it would have taken him quite some time to kill the Renekton.
CS overall is quite even, at least, to be fair. Quite a gold disparity though.
Well, first blood went to the Amumu.
Yes, it was that Mumu bandage toss, wasn't it?
Yep, the Amumu is 15 CS. Oh, here we go. Cougar stance, Q. I'm sure they've got this kill. Easily done. There we go. Easy games pick up. Very good bandage toss. Again, Orianna gets put down.
Orianna really does need to start warding up. Or at least playing a lot safer.
She doesn't have her wards in the most ideal solution, in ideal positions. She has a ward in this brush here, as you can see. Vision wise, doesn't give you very much. Everyone knows that Amumu is going to come down around here, and he's going to bandage toss in this area here, or he's going to come from the enemy wraiths, and he's going to bandage toss in, or walk into lane for an ultimate. She hasn't defensively warded her wraiths or the enemy wraiths, nor the brush which covers the rest of the area on her red side, so she's very vulnerable to ganks. Looking down the bot lane now, Corky getting put lots of damage onto him. Even though he has that phage, Ezreal's still answering back with the Vamp Scepter, being able to sustain through that damage right now. I don't believe until Corky gets the Sheen that he's going to be doing enough damage for the burst yet.
He does need to though, it's just because of the Ez, E and the Lulu ult. Yeah. If they land a fresh foot though on one of them, that will be a kill. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Drake come in yet, to be honest.
Not 10 minutes in the game, of quite surprised with not seeing a Drake.
Well, especially with a Nasus. You know, I would have expected him to put some pressure on bot lane.
Nace is just looking to pick up his blue for Orianna. Even then, quite surprised that Orianna's just going to pick this up. She doesn't really need the blue, and right now she's not exactly at liability just to take a blue, because it's going to get taken straight off her if she makes a wrong move again. So we need to see what the Amumu is going to do, if he's going to go back mid lane and try and take that blue straight off of Orianna.
Ooh, that's so much better. I think I've caught up with you in time now.
Twitch lag OP.
Oh, I think I managed to fix the spectating bug. They're going for Renekton again here, and they've easily got this dive.
There we go. Renekton goes down.
Was the wrong person tangling it, but it was the Nasus that picked up the kill.
Oh, and a good, really good Amumu ultimate.
Oh,
Let's
God, I just caught the end of that.
Corki put on, who gets another kill. That's a sheen. That's a sheen right there.
Duped through barrier there.
This Amumu is playing really well. Can Nidalee get into her human heal?
Oh, the barrier and the flash.
The barrier came out too late, I think.
It didn't do anything, but the flash saved her.
She needed to barrier as soon as that ultimate was coming down, just to stop the amount of HP that she was going to get down. It was very, very, very close.
The issue here with Nidalee is she's got the blue buff, she's just going to sustain back. She's not been put out of lane or anything, although she has lost both her summoners, so did Orianna.
Now blue buff's down on Nidalee. Right now, Amumu should be trying to get in about mid lane. Now that Orianna doesn't have the summoners, she's now really vulnerable. No wards on the top side of the river. Amumu can easily just come in for that.
I'm surprised the Amumu hasn't been camping more, considering the Orianna just doesn't like buying wards, to be honest.
And she seems to be getting hit a lot by these spears. She should stay behind the creep wave and just not get hit by them. She's got the range where she doesn't need to.
That's easier said than done, man. It's easier said than done.
She's got like a 500 and she's got like, what was it, a 550 range or something on her auto attacks. She was not 550 range away from those creeps. She was like 200 or something. She had like a good like 300 range.
Yeah. Ooh, actually I can move these, can't I?
Hashtag these things you know. In other news, looking forward to the 17th of September.
Well, what's that?
SK Telecoms playing TSM.
Yeah. What was that? Faker v Reginald.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I hope a LeBlanc gets played, just cause.
Is it bad that I really want TSM just to kick their ass? Because nobody would expect it.
Nope. That would be amazing.
Nobody would expect Reginald to go like 10-0 against Faker.
I just want to see one of them play LeBlanc and the other one to be like, GG, I'm out.
I'll admit, I'm waiting for this game to get out of laning phase. I do hope a team gets a tower down soon, because two of the lanes are very sort of stagnant, if I'm honest, mid and top.
Bot lane does have aggression down. Ezreal's actually gone Sheen first. Risky. Sure, gives him some good poke, gives him a little bit of burst, but doesn't actually have the HP or the attack damage. Oh wow! Ezreal ult!
Oh, nope.
No,
Flash.
doesn't get it.
Amumu's on his way down. Oh!
Oh, and the Sheen proc!
Another flash!
And they're gonna pick up that Lulu.
Oh.
They're gonna pick up that Lulu.
That was a lot burnt for that Lulu.
It was a lot. I was very unlucky. Corki not came back in.
I'm surprised he did, if I'm honest. That was just greed.
That was very much just greed.
He really wanted the kill, didn't he?
Sounds like the rods I know.
Sorry, man.
And right in there, like, shouldn't have went back in. He was already home free. Did not need to come back in. Now Ez is back in the game. He's going to get that phage, or he's going to go, BF sword, depending on the gold disparity. He's got 1300 gold. You know, 200 gold more, and he's got a BF sword. That'll put Corky really far behind now if he does decide to go BF sword. Very, very sticky situation, and that's not because I'm looking at Zach.
I'm just staring at Zach's dwarves. I am surprised that neither of the top laners actually went with TP. Like they are expecting something to happen in top lane.
It's very much a stagnant top lane, although top lane has become a stagnant lane since tank meta has been more of a thing now.
Man, I counter tank meta with Kha'Zix. That's how it works.
Although with the Triforce changes, now Irelia and Jax have come back into fashion.
Oh God!
It's now
no.
season 2 again.
Please no. That was not enjoyable.
Solo queue now has a very much a huge increase in Irelia and Jax players. Jax players.
Flash by Renekton there.
That was special.
I'm surprised he did that. Zach was farming the minions. He was not going to get there in time. Like, if Nasus got down the Wither...
There was no chance of Renekton dying there. Still had his ult up, so...
Still had his ult. Slice and Dice was only 2 seconds left on cooldown.
Possible, just... He just maybe had a bit of...
Playing very safe, I suppose.
Safe indeed.
Or just wet himself. Are they going to go for a dive on Ori, though? Amumu doesn't have flash, they're not going to catch this. Unless she walks back in.
Oh, she's going to walk back in. Oh, no!
Oh,
no!
No!
The flash... Yeah, got it.
That was...
Oh, okay.
You should never give the enemy an opportunity to go on you like that.
Well, Orianna gave them an inch. Amumu took a, Curse of the Sad Mummy instead of an Amail. That was... dirty.
That was a surprise. All the hook lands on Lulu, and they're going to go in for the burst.
Lulu's going to go down. Lulu's going to go down.
Ignite.
Corky, no, Corky. Corky's going to die.
Lulu saved her, and Corky will go down here.
That was just really bad focusing. They should have known Lulu was out of there.
Oh, Lily's down there. She's not going to pick anything up.
That was really bad focusing. Corky should have turned straight back on Ezreal as soon as he knew that Lulu was out of range. Bit of greed, a bit of just bad decision making.
It might just be they're unaware of how much damage Corky does, I suppose. I don't know how much they practice this, but if I'm honest, I thought they'd be able to burst her. The blob runs away to safety.
It's a very odd game. ACOG are 3k up. They do have the kill advantage, and they do have Drake. Although
Drake is up there.
Nasus took it
solo. They need to get out of there very fast.
Amumu lands. Is he gonna get the curse? No.
Oh,
That Oriel in the Ezreal. Huge.
Lulu's going
barrier
down for that.
Again, Nidalee just pressing that barrier too late. She's not barrying the actual damage. She's just barrying in hopes that she won't die. That flash.
Did he just flash and then sort of tab out?
Yes.
I'm assuming he sort of derped a bit there. Did he have his ult? No, didn't have his ult up, so he was just going for a flash bandage.
Amumu has just got his ult up now. He's been fighting this entire time without his ultimate. At this point...
This is going to be hell.
This is tricky.
I think ACOG should be pushing the advantage here, if I'm honest. They've got Nidalee with blue buff, Amumu's ults just came up. Orianna doesn't have blue.
And Renekton's quite strong, he's got quite a lot of HP. They're not going to do anything with it.
Off that tower completely.
So I'm very surprised with Corky not being able to push that advantage early. He just not the right focus in bot lane. Just kept going for the Lulu. The Lulu, sure, she has a Ruby Sightstone, now has an Oracle's, but the Ezreal was just left to auto attack, put out the Essence Flux, and just kept getting off damages, And Corky's been losing because of that.
Well, the issue is they'd always burned everything on the Lulu initially, hadn't they? All the fresh CC. So there was nothing really left to shut down the Ez. Corki doesn't bring any CC, and obviously he's his first. So once he used that phosphorus bomb, his damage sort of goes down quite a lot.
Now we're gonna see just Nidalee gonna start popping spears in an enemy jungle. And put them top lane, not gonna do very much. And right now, Orianna does have the most CS. She has 180 CS 20 minutes. Doing pretty well on the CS, but Nidalee's not far behind, and she does have a death cap. She's going to be hanged hard.
Lulu's getting caught there and taking a lot of damage, and they're actually going to go in for this one.
Whoa, and Ezreal ult goes down. Okay, the kill goes down on Lulu. They're going to keep on going. This Amumu with red buff. Amumu now needs to watch. Again, they need to go back on the Nasus, and they're not going back on him.
Nasus withered fresh for some reason, going for the kill there.
Red buff going to be picked up with Corki. Corki's got red buff now.
Don't go back in.
Corki should have enough for a rocket, and it's down. Double kill for Corki. That
adding insult to injury on that.
Far too cocky Manchester was there. They didn't realise that Corki did have the true damage. Going to keep on auto attacking. Takes down Nasus. Nasus red buff. You know, once the Corki's got that red buff and enough mana, just gonna get kills.
In Italy, and that's hurt like all hell. It's gonna be Zac into Bloblets.
And now here we go.
He's got Lulu coming to protect, but it won't be enough. Not even close.
Oh,
but
Nidalee's taking a turret. The Lulu's gonna get. Oh, the flash!
No, Zac's alive. Zac's alive. That was probably the messiest tower down I think I've ever seen.
Definitely the squishiest.
That was one to watch. She almost walked back into the spear.
That was messy. That could have went a lot worse than it did. Petra realised, yes, the Bloblets do in fact give you tower aggro. I think that was just a little bit of mechanical misstep by Nidalee, just not to realise that, you know, you can draw aggro from slows, and you can, you know, draw aggro with Zac's blobs, because they are champions.
Oh yes, I forgot the new team fight UI came in, didn't it?
Here we go.
Oh. It's quite fancy.
It's pretty, but it doesn't show you anything really that you need to know.
Well, in a team fight, it will. It's like whoever's highlighted at the moment. So bright is whoever's on the screen.
Yep.
And the light health bars are the health bars of the people you can see, and the dark health bars are the entire team.
Oh, Orianna's damage is pretty damn high now.
I really do think ACOG should be pressing this and going for the siege on mid tower though.
They need to not group up like that. It's going to be an Oriel. Oh, no Oriel?
Okay, there's the...
Oh, that misstep by Orianna for the ultimate.
Ah, that was...
Now she's down.
That was more of a panic ult, I believe.
I believe it was. Although Ez hasn't been in this fight, Corki's just going to sit and auto attack.
Amumu's chasing, split him off completely.
Oh, Renekton comes back in. Is he going to get the slice off? He does.
Too close, and Nasus is going to go down.
Nasus is going to go down.
If they continue in the dive, this could be Lulu as well. That will be a Zac. He doesn't have his passive.
Oh, and the Sheen proc does not finish off Ezreal.
That will be possibly a Lulu going down. Do they want to chase now? They're content with the tower.
Good decision making there from ACOG. They just want to get the tower. They don't want to sit and chase people. Gran needs to be really careful. It was a really good banish toss, although...
this will be Lulu going down. No,
Lulu going down.
Rods is going in for
Rod's
this.
Very, very risky.
Ooh, if only Ez.
If only Ezreal. Where's Karthus when you need him? Oh, good flash from Renekton. Just getting out of range of that, you know, command shockwave right there. Have to remember what it was called again.
I don't know if has Amumu been changed recently or something. I'm seeing a lot of Amumu's max W. And oh, Raquez holds.
Oh, that is.
Rods must be so happy with that one.
No, Mumu's not had any changes, just favourable.
surprised. His typical sort of skill level up was E, then Q, then W, I thought. Obviously, W works more late game when people actually have 8 HP.
I think it's just a preferential. I
Well,
liked maxing E, but that's just me.
I know the Amumu from what, last game? Maxed W first.
Odd.
Which
Because
one's
right now, if we look at it, yep, we have W then E maxed, I believe, before, so
I don't know why, this just bothers me.
some people have different preferences. And
I've
we
just never
see,
seen it before, so it's new.
we do see some Zens maxing Q,
Mm,
so people do have their
Don't
preferences.
that's not preferences, they're wrong. We are seeing the Amumu going Abyssal Scepter though, which
Interesting.
quite intriguing. It's going to mainly buff himself. It's going to give the debuff aura to any targets he's near, so obviously Nidalee's going to benefit from that.
I personally would have liked the Riley's. I
I
really enjoy Riley's, although
I
the
think
Abyssal Scepter
Leandri's
does
would have
as
been
well.
stronger.
Oh dear. Nidalee needs to get out in quick time.
Oh,
Corky.
Oriana, don't walk back in!
Oh,
that's-
Oriana. Oh
That is
dear.
a dead Oriana. And that will be a dead Nasus, quite possibly. They can chase.
Corky gonna get the is gonna get the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Big bomb goes down. There we go. Free kill. Oriana just not in the right position. Keep getting caught by silly little mistakes. Possibly going to cost the game.
Amumu
And
bandage
that
buff.
was such a good ult.
Um,
Very well played from Amumu. Amumu's been on fire this game.
well, he is, isn't he? He's got a Sunfire Cape. They need to nuke down this Zac though before he picks up a double kit. Never mind, Nidalee has Zeraphs and she'll pick up.
Oh, and the
Well,
Nidalee.
And
Nidalee's
she's the
barrier.
It's always barrier, isn't it? This barrier has been the bane of Manchester's life this game.
Really well played by ACOG. I can't really see at this point Manchester coming back from this. You know, that's 9k gold.
I do think they're going to have to rely on just a mistake coming from ACOG and then being able to capitalise on it.
They just haven't been able to get those Oriolts. Oriana just keeps on getting caught and dying. She needs to not get caught, just stand her ground, stay at the back, let the Nasus and the Zac be at the front line, actually being in the front. Which, right now, Oriana is just taking it head on to the face.
I really do believe this Oriana needs to get some M-Pen. She needs to get her Sork shoes. And I prefer haunting guys on Oriana. I do love haunting guys on Oriana. But I think she should go for a Void Staff. And then they need to try and catch people out at this point. Because they are not going to win a full 5-on-5 team fight as Ed loses over half of his HP to a Nidalee Spear.
Nidalee right now, Death Cap Void Staff, Zerath's Embrace upgraded from the Archangels. Lots and lots of damage.
This is the point when Nidalee's sort of one-sided. She's fun for the people playing her, not fun for anyone else.
She is putting out a lot of damage. She will give a lot of map presence. Poke is really strong right now. And her team's able to initiate without her being punished.
Oh,
Wow,
damage.
that damage.
And she's actually going to survive though.
Although no Summoner's Barn and no...
It
you
was a Lulu flash though, and the ultimate is down.
It's
And the Amumu now flashed and missed his bandage toss. Seems to be a common theme here. The Amumu loves doing this. I do think Manchester need to catch someone out or just wombo combo someone. What about the Zac? The Zac, yeah, he's got these haunting guys.
That should be a free turret.
Zac's gonna get caught here. It's gonna take A decent amount of damage, actually.
Renekton just going straight in there. Hobbit taking that huge spear to the face.
Meanwhile, Amumu's 2v1ing them.
Oh,
And
Oriana gets caught again by the flash out.
Oh,
Oh, the Nidalee spear. Oriana ult missed.
There
goes the mummy ult. Bounce comes out, Amumu goes down. Two members low.
They need to get in there. They've got to stop running around.
The longer they let this team fight go, the longer they stand around, more Nidalee spears are going to come out.
They're going to have to give up that tower now, it's gone. As soon as they got that tiny advantage, they should have just gone for it.
Here comes a spear. Nidalee, and that was dumb again. Just not be there. Did not need to be in the vicinity at that point. She did not need to give the wave clear. Go back, get your home guard, and come back.
That's going to be a dead fresh.
Just overstaying a welcome.
Nasus is not very tanky. Compared to how fed the enemies are, not going to be able to withstand that. And Ezreal isn't going to be able to do much there either.
At this point, Ezreal's only got Last Whisper Trinity Force, 31 minutes in, compared to Corki. Corki's got a Bloodthirster. Oh, and a nice ult.
I was expecting the barrier to come out, to be honest. She tried to dodge it as well.
The arcane barrage, and no Nidalee barrier again. Too late on the barrier. Well, Nidalee's lost 3 of her 9 lives, so we're just gonna have to see how long she lasts in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised if ACOG just went for a Baron attempt, if I'm honest.
Right now, they have the ward coverage, they have the oracles. We've got oracles on Thresh. Mumu's big right now. They could just go straight for it. Anyone comes near, they've got the Nidalee spears, or they can turn.
They can just deny the initiate as well. Like as soon as that Zac comes in, like whether it be with a Mumu bandage, fresh play, or them just going all in on their backline, the initiate isn't really going to do too much from Manchester at this point.
Although Zac is trying to, is he trying to solo Drake? Everybody knows. Oh, here we go. Ward coverage.
This is why you don't solo Drake.
And that fresh look missed. Although
and he's gone.
Here comes the blobs.
They could wombo combo this. Never mind. I was so hoping for Oriana. And that's a dead Ezreal.
That's a dead Ezreal. Really good from Amumu to just go straight onto Ez, fix her focus, and go on him.
As the Amumu doesn't flash, his bandage tosses are straight on.
Cork right now needs to be very careful. Oh, and it does have ult, and that was a really good flash. Really good flash right there, stopping Oriana damage from coming out. Right now, opening inhibitor, 1 inhibitor down. I can't see Manchester pulling back.
Yeah, that's 2. Is this a best of 3 or a best of 1?
Best of 3.
Best of 3, yeah. If I was Manchester, I would just sort of call this a loss and just go ahead to the next game.
Well, ACOG's gonna try and end it right now, regardless of who goes where.
GG WOP has come out.
The GG WOPs have come.
I believe in the next game, Manchester have got to find a way to stop that jungle pressure. Because that Amumu just... He helped them win the early game heavily.
Very much. That mummy just completely shutting down the laners, especially mid lane. Mid lane kept getting caught.
I do think they need to pick up a more... How's best to put this? A definitely more supporty jungler. Someone that can ward a lot for the mid laner then.
Very much so. Even that, Oriana was only placing 1 ward down. It was always near her red side. Now, most people should know that the jungler does actually come from their red side more often, because that's where the most EXP of the jungle comes from. So, Oriana could have avoided that just by putting down more wards, getting more coverage down, because Nidalee's never going to kill Oriana 1v1. So, get the wards down and we can be very much safe. and not die in that situation.